All right, let's talk about a problem that I think pretty much everyone feels these days. Just digital chaos. It's everywhere. Today we're going to dive into how to build a real system to tame that mess and create a digital world that actually works for you instead of feeling like it's working against you. So let's get into it. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. 2.5 hours every single day. That's not time spent working, it's time spent just looking for work. You're digging through old emails, scrolling through chat messages, clicking through endless folders, just trying to find that one link you saw last week. It's not just inefficient, It's exhausting. It's a huge drain on our mental energy. But what if it didn't have to be like that? Imagine, just for a second, a central hub, like a command center for your entire digital life, where everything you need is right there, exactly where you'd expect it to be. And that's really the big promise behind a tool like Notion. It's built from the ground up to be that all-in-one workspace. It's one spot for all your projects, your team's knowledge, your personal notes, you name it. But its real power, the magic, is in how it connects to everything else you use. So the simplest way you can start building this hub is with something called embeds. Just think of an embed as a live window into another app that's sitting right inside your Notion page. We're not talking about a screenshot or some dead link. It's the actual interactive thing living and breathing right where you need it most. And this works with a ton of services, like over 1,900 of them. So picture this, a project dashboard that doesn't just link to your Mural board, it is your Mural board. Or a meeting prep page where the Loom video you need to watch is playing right there. You could have a team wiki with a live interactive Google map inside of it. It's all about bringing everything into one place for context. And this little chart here really clarifies when you should use what. So you'd use an embed when you actually need to use the thing to interact with it right there on the page. A bookmark, on the other hand, is perfect for saving an article to read later. You get that nice little visual preview. And then a link mention is, well, it's just a clean hyperlink right inside a sentence. It's about using the right tool for the right job. Okay, so bringing all your stuff into one place, that's a fantastic start. But the real game changer, the thing that takes this to another level, is when you can get your apps to work together automatically behind the scenes without you lifting a finger. This is where we go from just having a tidy digital space to a truly intelligent one. And we do it using two key ideas, APIs and these amazing tools like Zapier. Now, API might sound super technical, I know, but the idea is actually really simple. All it is a set of rules that lets different apps talk to each other. It's kind of like a universal translator that lets your calendar app have a perfect conversation with your email, or your survey tools speak fluently with your database. But here's the best part. You don't need to be a programmer to use APIs. Not at all. That's where a tool like Zapier comes in. It's basically a bridge that connects thousands and thousands of different apps, and it lets you build these super powerful automations with a simple drag-and-drop interface, no coding required. And the logic behind it is so straightforward. It's all about triggers and actions. A trigger is the if this happens part, like say a new email with an invoice lands in your Gmail. The action is the then do that part, like automatically create a new entry in your Notion database with all the details from that email. And just like that, a chore you used to do by hand is now instant and totally automatic. Okay, check out this example of how powerful this can get. Imagine someone fills out a contact form on your website. Zapier can grab that submission, add it to a database in Notion, and then it can search a second database, maybe your list of projects, find the right one, and automatically link the two together. That's the kind of boring manual data entry these systems are just built to destroy. Now I can hear you thinking it. Okay, this sounds pretty amazing, but it also sounds like kind of a lot of work to set up. And you know what? That's a totally fair question. Is it actually worth all the effort? The answer, I think, gets to the real, deep reason we're even talking about this. This quote from a performance coach, it just hits so hard. It really reveals what's truly at stake here. This whole thing isn't just about saving a few minutes here and there or having prettier folders. It's about protecting your mental clarity for the moments that actually truly matter. And that brings us to the real endgame here, performance. We're not just building productivity systems, we're building systems for our own mental fitness so that we can think clearly and make the best decisions when the pressure is on. The ultimate prize, the real goal, is to lower your cognitive load. Our brains, they only have so much processing power every day. It's a finite resource. And every time you have to go hunting for a file, or bounce between 10 different apps, or do some repetitive task, you're spending that precious resource on low-value stuff. And when you look at how that energy actually gets spent, wow, it's kind of crazy. A massive chunk is just vaporized, searching for stuff. Then you add in context switching and all that repetitive admin work. What's left over for the deep, focused work that actually moves things forward? It's a shockingly small slice of the pie. So when you build a system that fights against all those little drains on your energy, what you're really doing actively is building your mental resilience. It's the ability to handle stress and challenges without just completely burning out. Because your foundation, your system, has your back. So you can see how it all connects, right? By offloading all those repetitive tasks, you seriously reduce decision fatigue. By building a reliable system you actually trust, you free up your mind from having to remember every little thing. You're protecting your brain power for the big picture stuff. And you're building a second brain that lets your first one do what it does best. And when you do that, you create space, actual mental space. Space for that deep work that felt so impossible before, space to be creative, to learn new things, to really grow. That's the real return on investment for putting in this work. So it's important to remember, your digital workspace isn't a neutral thing. It's an environment, and you have a choice. You can let it be this chaotic, messy place that just drains your focus and sucks your energy, or you can be intentional and design it to be a place that actually amplifies them. So I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. Once you've built this reliable second brain to handle all the digital chaos, what incredible new things are you going to do with your first?